Morning, everyone. Boker Tov. We're at the end of Siman Reish Nun Gimel. So a few halachot from Rav Yosef. We might have mentioned this in the past, but he says as follows: that if, let's say, a person has a soup, and we know that warming up a soup on Shabbat or any other type of item that the majority, at least the majority, is liquid. If the minority is liquid, there's a leniency, but the majority is liquid, one cannot warm that up on Shabbat. Even in a way that you're allowed to warm up in general, it's on a hot plate, etc., one cannot warm that up on Shabbat. But Rabbi Yosef does give us two, I don't want to say loopholes, but two ways that it could work out. The first way is if, let's say, you ask a goy to take your soup pot out of your fridge and put it onto the hot plate, then that could work. Because he says that you're distant from you doing it, and the distance is as follows. Number one is through a goy. Number two is that really the issue of warming up liquid on Shabbat is a machloket. There are opinions. The main opinion is the Rashba. The Rashba was one of the great Rishonim, who was the head of, just when thinking about the Rashba, he's in Barcelona for 50 years as the head of the entire Spain. This is in the maybe 1300s or 1200s, and the Rosh took over him, but the Rashba, he's of the opinion that it's not an issue to re-warm up. We don't go like the Rashba, but because the Rashba was so great, we do take his opinion into consideration in certain things. We look at it like a machloket and not like, no, you can't do it, and there's like no opinions that say that you could do it. So together with the opinion of the Rashba that you are allowed to rewarm liquid, and now that you're doing it through a goy, that could be done. And another way that it could be done is if you put it on, let's say, the hot plate before the timer goes on. So you put it on the hot plate, right now it's cold, and then the timer, you set a timer before Shabbat. Now your timer is going to go on at whatever o'clock, and now your soup is on the hot plate. It turns on, so it's done through a grama, through a cause, which is not done by you directly. Then that could be done. And the reason for that, the source for that as well, is the end of the Ramah of Siman Reish Nun Gimel, which says a case as follows. I think in Morocco they would call the communal oven the Ferran. Is that what it was called? Ferran? What? Fran. There we go. So Fran. Okay. So I said it American, in a Canadian accent. Fran. So the communal oven, from what I understand, the dafinas were brought there before Shabbat, and then the goy was there to take it out for you on Shabbat. And the goy couldn't put back in, but he could take it out for you. So now it seems like, I guess in Poland, the Rambam was in the Shulchan Aruch from Poland, Krakow, and it seems like this, that they would also have a goy taking out the dafinas, but sometimes, let's say, people will come late, maybe they couldn't stay in the oven for so long, so he would take them out, and he would put it beside an oven that was used not for baking, but for warming up the house. So meaning that, I guess that structure, or I guess there was another, maybe communal oven, or an oven that was used for warming up the house, not for cooking. He would put it near that oven. Now what would happen is that another goy would come, and that oven that was used to warm up the building, warm up the house, would stoke that fire on Shabbat. And nearby it was these pots that were out of the faran, that were out of the communal oven, but that was allowed. Why was it allowed? Because the goy that's coming to stoke that fire is not intending to warm up these food, he's intending to warm up the building. So because that's the intention, and it's done through a goy, and then it could be done. So that's where Rav Avadia takes that it's like through a cause, where I take my hot through a goy. Myself in this case, I take my soup, put it on a hot plate, and the timer is off, and then the timer is going to go on later through a cause that's kind of derived from this case, where it's through a cause, where this goy has the intention just to heat up the house, and now through a cause it's by deflection heating up these foods. Then it is okay. So those are two ways that it could be used. And if you have guests that say, how do we have hot soup on Shabbat afternoon? You say it was either through one of those two ways. Okay, that's that for today. We don't like saying bye, but we like to say Tzetchem L'Shalom, and see you soon. Lehitraot, Yishuv Tov, and all the brachot, B'ezrat Hashem, to our dear friends, Eli and Salty, B'ezrat Hashem, moving to Eretz Yisrael. What a big zechut. May we all follow you very soon with the Mashiach Tidkenu, B'mihra v'yamenu. To honor that last time with us in an official way, you're going to be back, B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to see you, but we have a breakfast sponsored by Ezra, Zev, and Menashe, for honor of Eli. Thank you so much. And B'ezrat Hashem, again, Yishuv Tov and all the brachot, B'ezrat Hashem. Mincha tonight at 6:20. Have a good day, everyone. Tana